Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another Grand Cross video, and today we'll be covering the Wednesday update, which hopefully we do get to go back to Tuesday update, because that's when I come home early, and able to finish it, or make a video straight away, rather than it being like, what, almost like 6-7 hours after the actual banner came live, or went live, and it's not good to me, so hopefully we can go back to Tuesdays, but yeah, nonetheless, we are going to cover the new banner, and also the new Hawk Pass in one video, just because it's more easier to talk about, and get over the things. So firstly, is the new step up, which is the first time on global, and it's for Elizabeth, which, I mean, if you're going to see by the video, it should you summon pretty much, and definitely you should not summon, just because we just had Escanor. We're still kind of recovering from Escanor. If not, you're still trying to pull for Escanor, because there's still like a week left, and yeah, you can see I got 200, so even if I did want to summon, you have to have 241, 242 crystals to actually get her on the final step. And it's not a bad setup. You get essentially 2 free pulls for free, plus 1 guaranteed 5-star on the 5th summon, which doesn't matter if you do get, SSRs in between, because essentially it's a mercy or a P, and then you also get some rewards at the top, which is free SSR pendants. Mainly being this one here is kind of a juicy one, which is 10. That's the only good part about the banner, and bear in mind this does correlate to the actual payback event we have right now. So if you did get Escanor on your first summon, and you still wanted to finish this event, which is spend around 500 crystals or diamonds, you can still do that, because you still have a week left. This leaves when Elizabeth leaves, so you're gonna get, especially if you're like early on in the game, it's not the worst thing to do, because you're gonna get like a bunch of like just upgrade items, bunch of stuff where you can like actually help you out in the game. Definitely one of the best things you have, but the character itself is kind of a sleeper. She will be added to the general SSR Pull. It does say it will be added to the hero draw or coin shop whenever the period ends. She's not a coin shop unit, so she's going to get added to the normal pull rate. So next week, I'm just assuming we're going to get Diane. And if this was Diane banner, you can click the rate pull, and you'll see the new Elizabeth in that pull. And I don't know yet, but she might go into the part 1 summon. Stay tuned to the end. We're actually going to do open this at the end. And yeah, so that's Elizabeth don't summon, especially if you're more free to play. Definitely a bunch of good stuff coming in the future, like the new slam event and Lilia, for example, which is going to be another step up. So because we just had a step up, I don't think we're going to get another step up next week. So that's why I'm thinking we're either going to get the slime event, which will be perfect because people are going to be essentially like bait, right? The way they baited us before with the 7% rates for before Escanor came out, they're kind of doing this here, like, oh, it's a step up, you get some free rewards, but then Psych, you get a new slime event, which you have to, well, I don't know yet, I don't know what they actually do, so I don't see you have to pull for them, but they are exclusive, and people are going to want to pull these characters, especially if you watch the anime. And yeah, so should you summon for Elizabeth? No, you shouldn't. She has her uses. I can go to actual hero and show you what she does, if you don't already know. There's a gimmick to her, a little tech, where you keep her to level 1, but it's not a reliable thing, because I mean, once you know what she does, you're not going to kill her anyway, so I don't see the point of it. And there definitely are ways around it. Like right now, I guess if you was to play against her, or if you were to use her at level 1 in your team, people might fall for it, but I would say honestly after a day or two, definitely after a week, people are going to clock on and say, okay, let's not do that. That's because her passive heals everyone, removes debuffs, and also gives you 2 orbs, so you can get ultimate pretty quick, especially if she dies on the first turn. And then, yeah, so if you want to do that tech for the first day, you can, but once again, after you do level her up, you can't de-level her, so you can't do that tech ever again. So pretty much it's to keep her level 1. But it's more of a fun thing you can do if you're like a whale, just trot around a bit. But for her skills, not the worst things, the debuffs, which is alright, but this one here, it does damage, so you have to damage them. I have seen a video where she does patience, because obviously 120% attack isn't the highest, so you know, she might not even get the attack off, which means you can't disable debuff, so definitely this one's pretty good to use that. And then also the heal. So she isn't an attack, but no, she's basically just a support, which I don't know, in PvP right now, you don't really have support characters. You kind of have a mix of everything where they always do damage and also support. Like you have Gopher, who supports upgraded cards, you have Merlin, who can still pump out a lot of damage. So, and she's blue. Kind of a lot of greens running around, I guess, with Escanor. So, it's not the best summon right now, especially if you're more of a budget free-to-play person. But we do have this character here. She is in the coin shop. Oh, not coin shop, I'm saying. the Hawk Pass, which I'm definitely gonna buy because it's worth it. And I'm kind of excited to see what she looks like, or like her outfit and stuff like that. This one is bit of a better character, I think, than Elizabeth, just because, well, I don't know, right? I just assume enough her stats and stuff like that. When the battle starts, PvP applies 1 charm effect to an enemy, which I think that's what Galen does. And then when the charmed enemy hits or uses skill that inflicts damage to Deldry, it misses. So I think that's a one-time thing, basically like a evade skill on her passive, which could be alright, but once again, it's RNG, so it could be the person you don't want, or it could be the person you do want. And yeah, it kind of depends. But her ultimate just does damage and prevents ultimate gauge from filling up for 1 turn. Okay, that's actually pretty good, you know. I think that's the first time we've gotten that. Basically, whenever she uses that, they won't be able to get ult gauge for 1 whole turn, which quite big, I think. This one, so it taunts 1 ally, increases the HP related stats by 10%. So taunt is direct or attacks to self. So I think what it does here, if she taunts a friendly character, so if, for example, if I had her and Gopher, I could taunt Gopher, and then everyone will be forced to attack Gopher. I think that's how it works. And then Spike increases crit damage times 2. She does hit a crit, so you can only get a crit build of her if you do want to do that. And I guess we have the little guy. Where is he? Aiden? Is that his name? Adrian. Okay. This guy decrease enemy ult gauge by 2 when the hero participates in battle. You know, there might be uses for him. So the reason why I'm saying this, okay, just going into the Hawk Pass now. The reason why I'm saying you should buy the Hawk Pass is because if you are a budget player like myself, I guess if you're free to play, you're not going to be buying it. But it definitely was worth it. Last week we had, well, like, what, 2-3 weeks ago we had Death Pierce, which is in the general pool. I don't know if she is going to be added into the general pool later on, but you are able to pull Death Pierce. And if you're someone like me who, I guess, was unlucky to get, or I didn't get him right, or you know, I'm not whaling, so I'm not going to get him regardless. But the fact that I paid £7 to get him in the actual Hawk Pass and a bunch of rewards on top of it was huge, because if you don't know, in the Final King Boss event right now, one of the go-to teams actually is Jericho and Death Pierce, because obviously he increases. Do I have to team up? Yeah, so this team here, I never pulled him. I wouldn't be able to get top 5% if I didn't buy that battle pass, because yeah, you need him for the actual event. So would there be a time where you need Deldry? Maybe. Who knows? We don't know. But it's definitely worth to obviously get the character if you do like the character as well. It's definitely worth picking up. Plus, I mean, all the rewards is pretty nice. How much do you get? You get like 20, 15 gems, diamonds? No, you get 20. So 20 diamonds, around 22 diamonds, plus 3 SSR pennants, plus a 5-star, plus all the little rewards in between, like the horns, they do add up. It's definitely worth picking up, especially for the price. And I think it's the same price. I don't think they've increased. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing it. Alright, so we just bought the whole pass, and I'm excited to see what she does, and what she looks like in game stuff like that, because definitely want to be leveling up. I don't know, maybe she's bad, but I mean, I don't really care. I do like to level up the characters I do think are, you know, that I like in the anime, especially like Elaine, for example. Have her to 6-star, even though she was actually somewhat usable during this Final Boss King event. So I do like to actually wait and collect everything for the Battle Pass, but I mean, there's no point of not collecting her right away, because, I mean, why not? Later on, I guess in a week time, we will go. Actually, no, is it 3 weeks? Yeah, in 3 weeks time, we are going to go through it and open up the actual last ticket, which I guess is good for a video. Why not? And let's see what she does actually. See what she looks like in game. Okay, nice. Do you like to see it? Okay, let's see her costume. Does she have any costumes? Nah, she doesn't. So just her normal ones. Okay, what is it? You know what? That's not bad. I like that. What does her weapon look like? So it's a red cane. Okay, so no weapon yet. And then, what's this? Okay, that's not bad. Hopefully she does get more items next time, because obviously this does kind of hold her back, because obviously she can't increase her stats by a lot because there's no outfits for her. So maybe, I don't know, because I don't play JP, maybe she'll get some actual outfits later on at a later date if they ever do decide to do that. But otherwise now it's kind of bad for her not to have any outfits. That's just my opinion. But stats wise, crit damage is quite high actually, so I guess she's more of a crit character, and that makes sense because she does have a spike on a normal tier 1 card. Okay, so that's everything. Let's just go for cover again. She's Battle Hawk Pass. Always Battle Hawk Pass. If you, it's only £8, right? It's not the biggest thing. Maybe you can't. You don't worry. You're not really missing out because she's not like a must-have character. And maybe she should get added into the general pool later on. I know Death Pierce was added later on. Actually, I think you added almost straight away. So last time, I guess you could have actually afforded to skip out on Death Pierce, but you had to get lucky to pull him. I know, for example, I did a bunch of pulls and never got him. And I need him, so it was a good thing I did that. Plus, you do get a 5-star, which could be a deep coin. And the new pull, definitely don't be pulling because there are better things to come in the future. And I say this as a person who's like, well, I'm only gonna tell you to pull if I'm ever gonna pull. So more or less, it's gonna be characters that I really do need, and characters that are gonna affect me a lot because, you know, the characters aren't really guaranteed in this game, so you kind of have to save a bunch up before you get them. You can't really go into a character thinking you're going to get a character when you don't have any crystals. So I do like to have above 500 when a good character does come out because it's going to take a lot to get him. And maybe one day we won't because so far we've actually been pretty lucky and we've gotten all the characters that we wanted. So let's end off the video with a ticket. We are missing a few characters like the Fat Kings. We do need the Merlin. Griamore we don't have, and Reincarnation of Revenge Hellbrim. So if you can get them, or if you can get Hellbrim, that'd be dope. Don't really want the Fat Kings, even though I'm probably going to get one right now. And Griamore, I'm kind of happy I'm missing out on him, but I don't really want to get him. If I can get some more... Okay, we're going to watch the animation, why not? But if I can get more Dians, that'd be pretty good, because I want to love my King. And yeah, I think that's about it. I guess I wouldn't mind Gila. I kind of hate saying that, but she's 3 out of 6, so she can boost up my Jericho for the stat damage. Here we go. What should be Fat King? It's going to be Fat King, isn't it? Or Hendrickson. Come on. And we got... Oh, Green Skinny King again. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's alright. I'm going to keep the coin because Sins are quite hard to get, especially since they're not putting any other banner. The only banner they were on was a 7% banner, so it's quite hard to get them, especially since you only get them in a ticket, or if you're doing actual summoning on the normal banner, which, I mean, you shouldn't really be doing because, especially at this point in the game, we're getting a banner almost every week, so you can't really sit down and summon this banner. But yeah, that's going to be all for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, or if you're going to buy the Battle Pass, or if you did pull, let me know, because, yeah, I end up buying the Battle Pass, or the Hawk Pass. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.